Okay, this is Thrasher by Neil Young, standard tuning, capo 2. So one thing I always like to do, just in case your guitar isn't like perfectly intonated, like I tune it once I put the capo on, so like you can make sure that that is like an F sharp. So the arrangement may not be exactly like that, but you know, the song is like 6 or 7 minutes long, but it mostly just repeats those riffs. So it kind of starts off a little bit arrhythmically, and it just has this C, and so this song I play it with a lot of cross picking, so like the ups and down strokes with the right hand are pretty deliberate, I would say. It can kind of give you that like counterpoint where you kind of, you know, have a fuller rhythm sound. So that start is just like to the F, back to the C. So it's C, and so I'm hanging my thumb over to get the low E to an F. So I'll call out all the strings as if the capo weren't on, just to keep it simpler. So I'm calling like that an F right there, and this is C, even though it's really D. So that first little lick, I'll show you the right hand more clearly. So down, up, and then a hammer on with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Okay, so the right hand is going. So that's quite a bit, but that's like the main lick. And so once you get that down, you pretty much have the whole song. So again, it starts off kind of free time, I would say, I suppose. So I'll do that slow again. So it's going C, F, C, and then it does the walk down. C, E minor 7, I suppose, A minor over a G, F, G. So there's a lot of good tabs out there. I think this one is a Neil Young project, so there's a lot of good resources for this tune, but again, doing this just really slowly. So you're doing just, you know, I'm just imitating like what I hear from the record as far as like the hammer-ons. So it may not be quite exactly that, but the thing I think is important is like keeping this right hand, just getting the upstrokes and downstrokes. And so, like I was trying to say with the other, On the Way Home lesson, like sometimes you can be a little sloppy with some of this Neil, and just like it doesn't, I'm not trying to hit exactly the B string, for instance, but you know, if you accidentally hit another string, you know, you're fretting the C chord, so you can get kind of like some improvisational sounds by just being a little, you know, unwieldy. And so like sometimes when I play Neil, like I won't anchor my wrist, but for this one, since you're doing that cross picking, I feel like it's a little easier to just rest your wrist kind of, you know, in a position about like that. So one more time really slowly. So that little pull off is going pull off on the D string, and then hit the A with your finger on the 3rd fret. And then set up the F with your thumb. You know, you could, I suppose, do it with your index. It's a little bit more difficult, I think, but you know, for like the Jimi Hendrix style major chord shape with your thumb hitting the root gives you a little more dexterity. But you can do it with your index if you get the speed. So again. So you're fretting the C there, and then you drop your ring finger down to the G right there, and walk back up to the C. So this is where I feel like the cross picking is most important when you're doing this the walk down, because you go. It keeps you like rhythmically oriented if you just cross pick that. resolve it on the G. So once at speed. And so then it just goes to strumming. And so the verses are just a C to an F, back to C, and then it walks up and does the little cross-picking lick. Walk down lick. Then it goes to an F, G, C, F. Stay on the F, G, C. And then he'll do like a little modulate between this and the C major 7. Then back to the F, G, C, F, G, back to, and then cycles back to the C. So really all the chords are just C, G, and F. And then, you know, when you're doing the little picking walk down, you kind of transition from a C to, I would call that like a, kind of like a, actually I'm not sure, maybe like a E minor maybe. To A minor, again, to A minor over a G. F, G. So I'll show you the left hand more clearly at least once. So for the main riff. And so then again, the chords are just C, F, C, and then you walk up. C, F, C, then it goes to an F, G, C, G, sorry, to an F, G, C, F, G, C, F, to a G, so that covers pretty much all the riffs. You can obviously look at tabs. I think, you know, getting this part down is the most important. But so just as a little bonus, I'll show you, like, you can also play this with like the finger picks. So sometimes I like to, you know, you can get a lot of mileage getting that. You know, you can do the walk down really nicely with, so you can just go. As I butcher that. But one more just to show you how you can do that with, you can kind of get like the, you know, obviously you use the thumb pick as like you were strumming with the pick, but you can use like your plucking fingers as like the upstroke of the pick. So if anyone is interested in that, I can make another video giving more details on the finger picking, but have fun.